All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to another killer episode on the Forget About It Junk Removal YouTube channel. Today ain't your average Friday Unfiltered. This is a special sit down with a guy making serious noise in the Mile High City, Dan Beals, owner of Dan's Hallway out of Denver, Colorado. This man took his background in furniture sales and flipped it into a niche junk removal strategy that's turning heads and stacking paper. And helping me run the show is my co-host, Sarah Mondragon, the SoCal powerhouse behind Loadrunners. Together, we're digging deep into Dan's unique blueprint, how he got started, how he carved out the furniture lane, and what the future looks like, whether it's a long haul or just a launch pad to something even bigger. Let's get into it, guys. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good.
Doing Doing great, doing great. So, Dan, welcome to the channel. First off,
Yeah.
just wanted to find out a little quick background, man. So, how long have you been in junk removal?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit just over 4 years. So we started it officially in 2021. That's when everything really kind of took from there.
So now, before junk removal, I'm hearing that you were involved in furniture. The
Yeah.
furniture business you had. Kind of tell us little details about that.
Yeah, so I didn't own the business. I just worked at a furniture store, a big furniture company out here. So like I started in the warehouse, worked my way up into being like a sales manager. And then once COVID started, everything got flipped upside down. I lost my job. So I was just I'm not letting this happen again. So I'm just going to do my own thing. It started just a bunch of different things, but furniture, I just learned it for a decade. So I just know the ins and outs of it. And then so it's very easy for me to translate it, train it, to tell people how to hold it and maneuver it. And it just really translates really well because everybody has furniture.
This is true. I want to do a quick shout out to the guys in the chat. We got my man Drew, the moderator, in the house. We got my man Andrew. He's a new junk hauler, just getting in the industry, couple months up. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Then we got an OG, my man Cisco. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Junk on, junk off. How you doing, bro?
Nice.
We got my man Todd in the house. He's another North Cal guy. What's up, Todd? My man Tom Diaz. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If you guys have any questions for Dan or Sarah, please put them in the chat. We'll make sure to get by to those. So, Dan, so we hear that you were in furniture for 10 years. You had a background in that. So we get up to COVID and all, and, things just got flipped up from there. So kind of give me an idea, like, so how did junk removal come on the table? Like, were you following anybody on YouTube, or did one of your friends get involved in it?
I didn't start like looking into anything social media of junk removal until like last year. Everything was just kind of just figuring it out. So it started with like essentially 4 or 5 side hustles. I originally thought it was gonna be handyman service. So fixing things or like fabricating things. I really liked doing things with my hands. So I thought that was going to be the base of it. And then, but on top of it, I wasn't making enough money, so I had to do other things. So junk removal was in there. I was like, doing Toro. I was renting cars. I was doing like Santa projects, haunted houses, different things that's making me money. But after a year of doing it all, I was like, all right, I have to pick one, and then I'm going to put all my energy into this one. Which one has the most potential? And at that time, I only had one furniture store that I was really like talking to and doing my donuts with. And that was bringing me a couple of jobs a week. And it was just one store, and we had 50 stores in the area. So I just gradually started just dipping into that. And then on top of it, marketing and advertising and social media and so forth. And then here we are 4 years later.
I have a question. So how long in between you working for the furniture store did you start doing junk removal?
A year. Within a year. So like, I got laid off right when COVID started. Like lockdowns, I'm gone. And then it's maybe August when I start really like, all right, what am I going to do with myself? And then from there, 2021 is when I started the business name and like, started rolling with that, and then just started, pursuing. But I didn't start doing the like Dan's Holloway fully until like 2023. So that was when I was just like, all right, it's not just like, that I'm doing it. It's like I'm all in everything and just pushing it and pounding the pavement and really taking it to the next level. And it just really kind of grew from there. And I just want to keep that momentum going.
Right.
Well, I think it's great that Sarah, you're the co-host on this because I remember when I first got into junk removal, I remember you saying, I think it was on one of the shows that you were on, it might have been the Junk Family. And I think you guys had a background with selling couches and all, and you were kind of doing that before you guys got into junk removal. So do you guys kind of see like you guys got something in common denominator? Kind of tell us about your background and all with that.
So we started our junk removal journey a year ago. We started last April. And
Mhm.
prior to junk removal, my husband and I were actually selling used couches. So I always say, like, I kind of manifested junk removal because before us starting, I would message people on Facebook who were selling their couch, and I would say, "Hey, I have a junk removal company, and we often pick up couches in donatable condition for free." So
Mhm.
they would say, "Okay, well, we'll let you know if it doesn't sell." So they would end up messaging us and saying, "Hey, you could come pick up our couch." So
Yeah.
essentially, they were selling it for like $600 to $800, and they would just give it to us, and then we would relist it and post it, and we would end up selling it and making money off of it. So
Yeah.
um, we were doing that for 2 years prior to starting junk removal, and I was like, well, what's better than getting free couches is getting paid to take the couches. So my husband came up with the idea of junk removal. We started watching Matt and JoJo, and then we just ended up biting the bullet and starting Load Runners Junk Removal.
Now, a question here.
Yeah.
So, do you primarily focus on the junk removal now, or are you still reselling things? Like, what's the dynamic there?
So we do both. So we do primarily focus on junk removal, but we
Mhm.
do get a lot of really good furniture from it. So some will resell, but we also work with like organizations like battered women's homes and homeless shelters too. So a lot of
Yeah.
times we'll just donate it to them because they need it more than we do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. And like that the resale aspect is something that I've been playing with for gosh, so at least a year. I've been just tinkering and trying different things to see what works best. But
Yeah.
ultimately what it all leads back to is me selling it. That's essentially what it all leads back to. But I try to do things at such like I try to do it as like the highest level I possibly can. I did the whole like, individual thing. I tried auction houses. I tried like garage sale style, like, everybody come on a Saturday. I tried fix and flippers where they'll like pick through my stuff and then they'll take what they want and they'll pay me a discounted rate. But like, well, and like I donate to like donation centers, but ultimately everybody else is making all this money off this stuff that is just getting out into the ether, which is great. I'm happy to provide that. But how do I make this me? So I'm trying to figure out the resale. Like, how do I, open up a shop or a warehouse and then start pushing this and then make it better and better?
So we focus now primarily on junk removal. So we actually have a storage unit where we keep our couches and other items that we get. We mostly couches because we know that they move fast. So
Mhm.
couches are the easiest thing for us to get rid of. We've done like dining tables and beds and all of that, but we'd rather just honestly just donate it because I don't want things sitting around and taking up space when I know a couch is going to go much faster.
Mhm.
So we usually we'll just repost it on like Marketplace or OfferUp or any of those. In sometimes Instagram or other free social media platforms to try to get rid of them. But to be
Mhm.
honest, right now our junk removal business is growing like month over month, and we're honestly considering shutting down like the couch resale altogether because
Mhm.
right now we really just don't have time for it.
Yep. That.
So Dan, I need to get back on track, guys. You guys you're going left field on me, guys. So Dan, I want to find out, man. So what made you connect with the furniture? I know you had the background and everything, but did you see like a niche or something with like the furniture companies? Like they needed somebody like a junk removal service, and that's what made you think boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
It was talked about in the company, within the company when I was there, that like, man, there should be somebody that we can refer out because essentially what the company refers out, it's corporate America, so it's like Goodwill and like they recommend that because it's like a big national company. But like when it comes to small guys, they don't really operate like that. They just like want to operate with a big one or, something that is reliable,
You
right?
got to explain because I'm lost. What are you actually doing with them now? It's like tell us the whole game with furniture and how does it tie in with junk removal and all that? Like what's the whole game plan?
Yeah, yeah. So, like, what I was explaining was working there, I heard about it.
Okay.
So, and then when it came, presented itself when I was doing junk removal, one salesperson that was one of my rock star guys, he calls me and he says, "Hey, you want to pick up furniture for my customers?" And that's how the first store started. And then he always told me, "Hey, make sure to keep on coming back because they forget." And I'm just like, okay. And then eventually created a system where I touch each furniture store twice or once every 2 months. So
Oh,
it's
But,
six
but
times a year.
explain what goes on now. Why a furniture store? So people come in,
Yeah.
they're buying new furniture or whatever. So
Mhm.
now the furniture company there, are they paying for you to remove it, or is it just clients that are coming to them that just got new furniture are
Yeah,
paying?
so it is strictly the clients that are coming in to buy furniture. Now, I want you to think about this, right? So everybody that you walk into a furniture store, like you, okay, Sarah and Paul, all right, you're walking into a furniture store and you're looking at a sofa. You want to buy that sofa, but you already have a sofa. Where does that sofa go? Everybody has that same thing. It's very, very rare when it's like I'm buying a complete new house compared to I already have this furniture that's broken or the color's outdated or whatever. So we come in as a referral from these from the salespeople. I come in with the bagels and the donuts, and that feeds a bunch of people. And essentially, it just reminds them of me constantly. But I keep on coming back year after year, so I've built a really good reputation with that.
But this is my question because I know, like with the mattress stores and like hot tub, they offer from the store free pickup. So, like if you go and get a new hot tub, they'll get rid of the old one. If you
Mhm.
get a new refrigerator, they'll get rid of the old refrigerator. So
Yeah.
it's not the same with the furniture.
Well, I want you to think of the volume of things, okay? So this how much furniture is being sold constantly compared to like if you want something in your home, you're probably maybe within 5 years you're going to be buying some sort of piece of furniture, right? Transitioning something or buying something new. How often do you buy a hot tub? Once every 20 years, once ever, like same thing with realtors. How many times do you buy a house? Or how much does that realtor sell? How many houses a month? Those referrals are less and few and far between. So you need to make more and more connections. Whereas furniture stores, that's like there's 50 stores and there's, constant turnaround of new and new furniture. And there's 3 million people here in Denver. So new, constant, rotating, go.
What is what's the most of an item that you pick up? What is the most popular item that you pick up constantly?
It's very popular just to be like a sofa and a love seat or just a recliner, that kind of thing. But we're also getting bigger stuff. So it's like I have a sofa set and a bedroom set, or it's my entire household. People are getting really good at like donating all that small stuff, their clothes. Like when someone dies, the family comes in, they get all the small stuff out, and now they're stuck with this big furniture. Now I come in, right? Instead of somebody coming in and just cleaning out the entire home of this really nice stuff that's just going to end up in the trash, or question mark, is it going to end up in the trash? Like that's the thing. Like I hear about recycling, but it's is it a built-in consistency, or you got to get to the next job?
Now with the whole like how does it work with the referrals? Now, do you give them, if somebody refers, say Sarah refers you to a client and the
Mhm.
client goes and uses you guys, what does Sarah get in return?
A donut in a great referral that they can count on.
Okay. All right. So now let's tie in what you do. Is this going down at every store? Because I see every weekend, I see you filling up your truck and you're saying you hit a couple of stores and everything. So kind of tell us, how does that all work? How do you pick where you go? And And what do you
Yeah.
do? Do you contact them beforehand?
I look at myself as Denver's furniture removal rep. All right. So if you go into a furniture store, they have like the Ashley furniture rep, they have the Ethan Allen rep, or whatever brand that you're buying, right? That rep trains the salespeople on that specific furniture, and that's how that store gets trained, right? So for me, I just inserted myself and I just walk in with donuts, and then I talk to as many staff people that are there as possible. And with being that it's a furniture store, there is a lot of high turnaround. So there's a lot of new people, but I'm re-educating them constantly. I'm educating new people that I haven't met before, and then I'm constantly putting a face with the name. And everybody's always talking about Dan. Dan brought us donuts. Dan brought us lunch today. Dan did this. You know, like instead of just like once every 6 months, you dropped off some cards. You know, like I got donuts every couple months. You know, beat that. You know.
And when you come with the donuts, are you leaving your business cards or like a flyer, or what are you leaving with the salespeople for them to continue to refer you?
Just a stack of business cards, you know, and it really depends on the store. If it's a bigger store, I give them a bunch. If it's a smaller store, I give them like, 10, 15 or something like that. Because they save them up too. So I'm just always replenishing. But I have been seeing some interesting things. People have been doing it now. So I'm seeing other companies that are like, hopping in the game. And
Competition.
I'm like loving it. I'm like super excited about this because what's this going to bring and how is it going to do it? But I'm seeing these like little like cards that like they're like foldable and they just sit on the computer desk, and I'm just like, man, all right, maybe I need to step up my game just that much more. But it's friendly competition. I'm super excited to see it, because it's been me for years.
How
I
do
was,
you go? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, you go first.
I was going to ask you if you'd be willing to like share a pitch that you give to like the sales reps on how like, or what do you tell them when you go in for them to keep your name on their mind when they're referring you to customers?
And then
Yeah.
before, I want to add on to that before you answer that. Now, do you call beforehand? Do you like set like I'll be here at this time, and then do you set like one meeting for everybody, or do you individually just go and talk with each salesperson?
So I do schedule some meetings to where like it'll be a specific sales meeting where I'm there presenting to them. But no, there's no heads up, nothing. I'm coming on Saturday or Sunday. That's when everybody's there. And then I'm just like, say hey real quick and I'm out. But I basically walk in, say, hey, my name is Dan with Dan's Holloway. I brought you guys some breakfast, some donuts. What we do is we specialize specifically in furniture removal and downsizing. We'll go into your client's home, remove their unwanted furniture, and then it'll clear up a space for your new furniture. And then we can be there within your delivery windows. And our whole purpose is to try to find it a new home and keep it out of the trash. I try to emphasize the recycling aspect because everybody loves that spot. Everybody loves that.
How many furniture companies are you working with now that you have did this with, and how much of your business is coming from just doing these?
So I work with about 50 furniture stores, and then it produces. I'm still growing my other avenues too. So right now it's producing somewhere close to 45-ish% of my revenue, and then yeah, so like every month from referrals of people saying my name back and forth is about almost half my revenue.
I have a question. So, do you focus strictly on furniture, or if you get a call for somebody who says, "Hey, I have some yard waste. Can you haul it away from me?" What are you doing in that situation?
So yes, I do. I specialize specifically in furniture, and no, I will not take your yard waste. So I turn down so much work. If I were like a full-on junk removal company, I'd be absolutely taking on more. I just don't know how to separate it, right? So like, how do I go to somebody's home, take their really nice sofa and love seat, and then also throw on some branches? Like I just don't know how I can save that.
Do you ever partner with other junk removal services in your area so you can throw those jobs to them?
I do. So I have a list of different referrals that I work with, and I try to work with top-notch referrals. If I hear something bad, they're gone. I'm not referring them out anymore. So I have to find good people for that. So I have junk removal. I have long distance people that'll go out and do things. I have donation centers that I recommend all the time, moving companies. Like I'm very picky in what it is that I want to do, and I stick in my realm. Like I break it every once in a while. Like, hey, the fridge is in the garage. It's super easy. I might take it, but I might take that bag of trash, but I'm not taking like a whole garage full of that stuff. Absolutely not.
Got it. So you're not doing like a whole house clean out or anything like that. You're just strictly taking the furniture.
I do house cleanouts,
Oh,
but the thing is the house cleanouts, like I can't save it all, like I do my best in regards to it. So if it's everything, like if let's say I walk into a home and it's a full clean out, like the person passed away, it's as they lived, and their uncle or their daughter just wants it gone. They got everything they wanted, and everything else is theirs. I'll go through it and I'll be like, I can save 75% of everything that I see here. I'm taking everything, because why put out that extra little dump part? I'm already going to the dump, so I can take that kind of thing. But, if I walk in and it's like 75% trash and it's an entire household, I might recommend somebody else for that.
got it.
Now, how big is your operation now? Do you have multiple trucks? Is it just you? What kind of vehicle are you using?
Yep. So we use 20-foot box trucks. I have two crews that run full time. I'm currently at 4 guys. I'm a little short-handed right now. I like to be at 5. I have an assistant that helps me with things. And then, but I try not to be on the trucks as little as possible.
Now, for any new junk removal owners looking to get like into the niche, what's some tip that you could give them?
It's patience and aggressiveness, persistence, consistency, all the big words that you hear all the time. You just got to do things over and over again and keep it going. It's always a new year. And if you're beating last year, you're doing great. Keep on going. Push your limits, push the limits, but keep asking questions. Like find out these answers. There's so many great influencers out there that talk about business all the time in the junk removal industry and outside of. Just never stop learning. Never.
Hey guys in the chat, any questions for Dan? Let's post them up right now. Definitely want to hear from you guys. I see we got Russ Berry in the house as well. What's up, Russ? How you doing, brother? And so Dan, give me some examples, man, of like what are you trying to do as far as in junk removal? Is this just like a launching pad? Is this a final destination? Do you have dreams of growing a lot bigger? What's your dreams with junk removal?
I want to dominate everything that I do. That's kind of my overall game plan. So junk removal, I want to grow this as big as I possibly can. How big can I dominate my area? Can I take it to other areas? I'm in the middle right now of a rebranding, so I'm going to be rebranding soon. I'm also going to be franchising the business. I do feel that this like type of thing can be in other areas, and like you don't have to be full blown junk. You can really just specialize in furniture and really rock like the revenue scale. Like right now, I'm currently hovering 80,000, and I'm just keep on going up. It's a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but I don't have these big crazy fluctuations. My seasons are different. I don't have outside problems because of snow, because all I got to get to is from the front door to the truck. So because most of my stuff is indoors. Um, yeah, there's just so much going on with this. So much.
Todd says he really doesn't do junk removal, though. He's more of a specialty company in furniture. But
Mhm.
what do you say to that? Would you say that is accurate or?
Yeah, like dude, I try. I don't even really claim to be junk removal. I look more so into the recycling space. I would say I like to say I fix, clean, donate, resell. Those are the things that I try to like really do. Everything that I talk about is what it is that I do. But I go to the dump 3 to 4 times a week. So like I don't know, like am I not in the space because I recycle most of everything? Like I'm technically in the space. It's just I accept that.
So
Mr. Yee, sorry about that.
sorry. So where are you keeping all this furniture that you're getting from, all your clients?
Yeah, I have multiple storage units. So what you were talking about, I've got 5 storage units. So I've got 4 of them. They're donation units. One is specifically mattresses. The next one is like living room furniture. Next one's dining room furniture, and then bedroom furniture. And then
What
one
is the overhead on something like that, having 5 units?
I'm around like 2,500 bucks a month right now in units, but it's about 350 each because they're all 10 by 20, 10 by 25. And I have one of them is a dump is a dump one. So I fill that up with trash so I don't have to go to the dump every day. And then it gives me flexibility to be able to fill up the entire truck and be able to do an optimized trash run, you know. And then same with all of my donating and families and stuff like that. We donate to families all the time. Twice a week, we deliver to families in need.
Mr. Yee says, why not be a double-headed dragon and bring in double profits and have a crew that handles both, then limit yourself, or is it getting your hands dirty the part?
It's not even that it's like getting my hands dirty because, like, I take piss stained stofas, like I take like, trash stuff. It's just that, you know, when I was doing junk removal, I personally didn't like going into somebody's backyard and like seeing that giant pile of leaves, and then you dig down into it, and then it's like mud and crap and whatever. Like I personally didn't like that, so I just don't make my guys do things I don't want to do. I'm really specialized in furniture, so I train them furniture, how to wrap it, how to protect it, how to carry it, how to like take it downstairs, communication between partners, when to put down blankets on your hardwood floor, like all of those things I'm really good at. So I just don't take trash.
I get it completely, man. You're separating yourself from everybody else. It's your niche. So anytime anybody says furniture and junk removal, you're gonna come to their head. I get it. It's smart. I like that move, man, and it's
Found
definitely original.
he found
Thanks.
a hole in the market and he's filling it.
That's
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josiah, our 16-year-old from Florida, he wants to know paid ads.
Hell yeah, paid ads. So, dude, I do everything. So, social media is a big thing for me. Right now, I'm really down on my content because it's only me, and I'm super busy and understaffed at the moment. But after I'm doing all my rebranding, I'm planning on having a new videographer and just keep on doing things. But yes, dude, like everything. I didn't do social media like organic stuff for like the first 2.5 years. I started doing everything organically, or not organically, but it was all face to face, me going to furniture stores, Google ads, and Facebook ads. I did no SEO. I started SEO last year. I started social media last year. Everything I started at, like, I was doing paid advertising on social media, but I wasn't posting on social media. Like
So
now I
let's
do it
start
all the
off.
time.
What did you start with paid advertising? What was the first things that you started playing with?
Facebook and Google, and then I think I split up maybe like a $750 budget or a $1,000 budget a month at first. Currently, I'm at 2,000 a month for Facebook, 2,000 for Google. I have like 600 for Nextdoor. I do 1,200 in SEO now. Um,
Okay,
gosh,
now hold on. You're doing all that yourself. You're running Facebook and Google ads. No, so you have somebody you're working with that's doing all your SEO and all your ads and all.
yeah, I have a team. I've realized really early on, or at least going into this business, because I this isn't my first business I've started. So like I've tried to do everything. I've tried to do it all. I can do it, but at the same time, I want to keep my head available to be able to do others. So I pay people to do things for me. I have an advertising company that does everything for me. I talk to them on a bi-weekly basis. They send me reports. We go over our ad budgets. We talk about like increases. I increase twice a year, in the winter and in the summertime. And then on top of that, they do all my website stuff, everything. But even my videographer, like I can't do all the stuff myself. I can always do more, but how bad do I want to stress myself out? How bad do I want to burn myself out? I'm here for the long run, so I'm here to go.
Okay, now like with the videographer, like what do you have them doing? They're videoing all the stuff. Are they doing the editing? Like, do they tell you what to go and do? And then also, guys, get over to Dan's Holloway on YouTube. He's got some really good videos, and obviously now we know why he's got a videographer. Everything's looking really, really official. So kind of tell us what did they do?
Yeah, so I want to talk about things, right? So like you can see my board right here. This is like my little vision board. I always just write a bunch of things on here of like whether it's ideas or things that I'm just trying to work out, whatever. But it's like a pair partnership. My videographer doesn't tell me what it is, the content that's going out. I have the idea in the content and what is all being said and everything. They are videotaping me, editing it, prepping it, putting all like the AdWords and blah blah blahs and everything that needs to go into there, and then they put it out there, and then they create like shorts and clips from all those things and post them onto different platforms and do all that. So that's what I use them for. Because I want to, like, when I want to do this, I want to come out swinging. I'm not here to just post once a day. I'm here to post 20, 50, 70 times a day. I'm trying to go crazy with it. But at the same time, taking a 2 month break isn't a big deal in a 10-year scheme, you know?
I get it. And Two Rams says to the Apple comment, how long were you in the industry before you found your lane? What other businesses have you had? How long did it take to make that your main profit source? Because I think somebody else was saying in here, let me just catch you up on that. Denise says, I say stay in your lane. You don't see Apple making washers and dryers. Denise, I think this is his lane. If, furniture is, the niche that he's going at. And, so kind of fill us in, with what Two Rams is saying. Well, we know that you were in the furniture industry before this. And
Yeah. I'm an all-in guy, but the thing is like I've learned that more and more as I've gone further all in, right? Like when you have that job and you're doing the side hustle, when is the time to like jump, right? Is it that your revenue is like paying for itself, or is it that you just feel the momentum? Is it that there's so many questions to that, right? But for me, I just want to stay exactly in my lane. I'm going to dig a deep hole. I'm going to make it just right here, and I'm not going to go outside of that. I don't need the trash. I don't need all this stuff. I like this one's feeding, bro. Like I'm just going to go. And then the thing is like, let's just say 5 years down the road, I found the well at bottom. All right. Now let's start expanding just a little bit and see what happens. Do we need to get into moving? Do I need to get into this? Do I need to get into that? But right now, let's not mess with it. Let's just keep on going.
I have a question for you too. How long did it take for your business to gain momentum? And were you doing regular junk removal before you found the niche of just doing furniture? Or have you always just done furniture?
I started as junk, and then I was doing anything and everything. But maybe like 6 months into it, I just went only into furniture. But for me, I found furniture is the best thing because out of everything that can be saved that I'm taking, furniture is like the biggest stuff, and like household goods. But appliances, like 98% of them are broken. Like when it comes to like yard debris, I don't want any of that stuff. But I went all into this, and then I've been sold this for 2 full years. So like no side work, no extra anything. It is solely this.
And how long after starting did your business start to gain like traction and momentum?
I feel like it was always gaining traction and momentum. It's just that, it compounds over the years. Like you can really like, judge yourself down here, but I can also really judge myself really up here. And like I feel like you're always judging yourself and there's always more to get, but how do you do it? You just got to keep driving, trust the process, hit it hard.
what's the budget that you set each month on ads, would you say, in marketing? Like give us a range, what you look to spend.
So my ads budget is around 10,000 a month. So that's including all of my Facebook, Google, SEO, my donuts, my videographer, everything. 11, like 10, $11,000 a month is kind of where I sit in my marketing budget.
And what do you see on the return of that?
Yeah, so I just did my taxes just a little bit ago. So we did, it was $120,000 that I spent in advertising last year. We produced 730,000 in revenue. So we got about a six times return from everything. But Facebook and Google, they average about four times, but my furniture stores really outweigh things. And, that really helps me pay for my unpaid for marketing, like my videographer and stuff.
How long did it take to get to that? Did that take like 6 months to a year to dial in those ads and all, or did you see those returns pretty quickly?
So it's just been a gradual increase. Just like I was saying, I increase my marketing budget twice a year. So I am about to increase my budget again this next month. It's already in the works, going to be happening on June 1st. The last one happened going into the new year in January. So it's a gradual increase. I started really small. I didn't have money to also do SEO. Like, I love SEO. I think it's amazing. You should absolutely do it. But it like takes months for it to really like kick in. And I need money right now. And that's what ads are for. But that doesn't mean you neglect SEO. It just means start stacking things until you can, do them all.
Todd wants to know, he goes, do you charge on the amount of space you take up in the truck?
Yeah. I have set pricing on things, but I
Pretty
charge
much
by
the
the
same
quarter.
as regular junk removal company. You price the same way.
Yeah, so once I get to a quarter truckload of stuff, I stop doing individual pricing. So like I can give you an exact price up to my quarter truckload. But my quarter truckload is 475, and then it's 950, and then it's whatever that is for times three, and 1900 times four. So that's the way it goes. If it fills up half a truck, it's 950.
Mr. Yee says junk removal will always be supreme. The yee, but it's good to have other avenues and options. I don't knock the hustle.
Dude, I just think junk removal is so broad. It is so broad. You can do so much, like demolition, right? Like, what kind of demolition can you get into? Is somebody that demos houses and neighborhoods? Is that a junk removal company? Or is that like just a demo company, right? Because you can demo a shed, or you can go into somebody's house and you can demo their made bar that's like attached to their wall, or you can do only appliances, or you can maybe just take exercise equipment, or maybe just pianos. Like, there's so many things that people don't want to do that make it that much, like, that, like, it's just like having a Walmart and a Michaels. Like, you can get the stuff at Walmart, but Michaels has it's right there. It's a niche, you know.
JB Holland says, is that 6X after all other fees and taxes or before?
I don't know really what you're asking here, but I think you're trying to ask about like profit or revenue and whatever. So just because the business made 730,000 in revenue doesn't mean that that's in profit there. But at the same time, my $120,000 that I spent in marketing produced $720,000 in revenue.
Denver is a tough market for SEO. A ton of franchises with in-house professionals. Yeah, I would definitely say so. How is it with the competition? You got a lot of the big boys in the area. You got Junk and Junk Kings.
There's a few that are bigger than me, and I'm only two trucks. And there's only a few that are bigger than me. So I could think of 1-800 Got Junk, Junk King. There's J Dog Junk Removal. There's like Superman Junk, and there's one more that I can think of, but that's about it. Like, those are the bigger guys than me, and I'm trying to get in their faces. Like, I call them, and they know who I am, which is interesting.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I love it, man. I love that you went on a niche, man. I love that you found a way to stick out, and other than your competition. I think a lot of people are going to learn from this. I didn't even think of it before. I'm like, oh wow, furniture, that might be the way. And I was just kind of wrote it off that like the furniture companies would just, offer to pick up the old furniture, to sell them the new one. But finding out they don't do that, that definitely leaves an opportunity for junk removal companies to jump on that. Sarah, what's your thoughts on this? Has this got you excited? Are you going to try this out?
It did, but first I wanted to shout out Mr. Yee Yee because he just started a new talk show on his YouTube channel himself where he interviews other junk removal companies too that get their hands dirty. So I did want to shout out his channel. If you guys are not following Yee Yee, he's like super funny. So I would go and watch his after you guys watch us streaming. But yeah, I'm getting super excited about this whole furniture talk because it shows us that there's more avenues than just strictly junk removal. You can take junk removal into so many different directions. Like we are focused right now strictly on junk removal and reselling, but also it's brought to us that a lot of people need cleaning service. So that might be something else that we look towards in the future, So you can, Jamie always says junk removal is like an octopus. It has so many different tentacles and you can go so many different ways. So to each their own, some people want to stay with one niche. Some people want to branch out and do different things. And when the time comes, maybe you can branch in another direction if you choose so. But for right now, furniture is working for you. And I really, it's just making me want to go and take donuts to furniture stores now. I tried it the other day where I went to a mattress store, but they said they pick up their own mattresses and recycle them. But I haven't tried furniture stores like that yet. So
mattress stores, they shred them, right? Appliance stores, they recycle that stuff, the metal. Furniture stores, they don't want to touch your old stuff. Not the least bit.
We've gone to like a couple of sofa stores. And that was even before we started junk removal. We were doing that, going and telling them about us and that we pick up, used furniture and all that stuff. But I didn't even think about, taking them donuts or a little snack or something like that, where it gives them the incentive to want to, push your business for you.
Yeah, it's not even really needed to do the donuts. It's just that, it's just that standout thing, right? You can bring nothing and come back over the years and they'll still remember you. But, the guy that brings them donuts, there's always a smile when they walk in. You're just like, yeah, it's something
I'm thinking as we're talking, I'm like, I think I'm going to get some cannolis. I'm going to get the girl to make some cannolis and put the little Italian twist on it and everything. And I'm excited about this. I want to go try this out right now. I want to go start mapping out the furniture coming. And it was as soon as you told me, that they don't come and take it for free, that's when antennas hit. I'm like, now I get it. This is good. This could be very good. But I also want to talk about, a big thing for me today is I got rid of a hot tub. And, I've been talking about getting this hot tub sled and all that. So I got this hot tub sled last week and all. And half of the community was like, oh, the stupidest thing. You're going to pay all this money for it. You could go and use a floor dolly. Go do that. It's, it's so much easier. And then, the other half was like, it's gold. Just get it. Believe me. Don't listen to the others and all. Well, I'm telling you today, I went and did the job. 23 minutes, guys. I was like, big smile on my face. I just flipped this thing up. I didn't cut out no motors, didn't take off no panels, just threw it right up on this sled and just started pulling. And I'm with my girl. My girl's 120 pounds. So, I'm pretty much doing this pretty much myself right now. And got it into the back. It was no problem. I just want to say, guys, Sarah, go get it. It's worth it.
Did you put it up on the motor side or the opposite side? You said you were going to motor side up, but did you do
No. The motor side down. I reread what I was saying. It is the motor side down. That's why you don't want to cut out the motor, because that weight actually helps you even it out and get it on the sled. Yeah. And I just want to tell you guys, it was uneven because I was on concrete where the actual hot tub was, but to get it on, I had to go over these bricks and grass. So I was a little hesitant. I'm like, uh-oh, this could get into a little hairy. Put it right on the sled, on the grass and the bricks, slid right over them. I was just like, oh, this is amazing. And it was a tight squeeze. We only had like an inch on each side to get it out through the gate. No problem, though, right through it. I really, really, guys, this makes us look so official. This guy, when I first pull up there and it's just me and my girl, he's looking, he's like, where's the rest of the crew? I was like, "Are you looking at it, buddy?" And he goes, "You too?" And I said, "Yeah, bro." I said, "This is nothing. Watch this, man." I pull out this tool. He's like, "What's that thing?" I was like, "Watch, man. This is what makes me a professional right now." Act like I knew what I was doing. Little did he know, this is my first time ever doing it. I don't even know if this is going to work. But I'm telling you, what an amazing, like, oh, it was just great. So now I'm looking for every hot tub in the area. You got a hot tub you need to remove, call me up. I'll get ready. Forget about it. I'm on it. So just letting you guys know that. And Sippy Hall says, co-host is awesome. Hell yeah. Sarah is a great co-host. Definitely great on. Junk On, Junk Off says, I worked with one furniture store. They kept me very busy. They moved to Tyler, Texas. If anybody works that area, hit me up. I will connect you. Oh, nice. Anybody in Tyler, Texas, we could hook you up with a furniture company. Todd says, out here, if we don't cut it up, it's $250. Damn, Todd. Damn, man. You killing it over there. You destroying the market. Another Ricky over here, man. We got a Ricky in the area over there. $250.
We don't cut it up, it's minimum $450.
Oh yeah, man. And yeah, a lot. Yeah, don't even say those prices right now. I'm over here in Marin County. They can charge a lot more than that, guys.
That's why I said minimum. That's for the little guys, you know?
Yeah, yo. And Mr. Yee says it also helps that you have arms like Popeye. Yeah, arm wrestling definitely helps with that. Yeah, it doesn't mark the floor, nothing like that. I did see though on one of the groups, they said if you leave it out in the sun, over time, it will then start leaving some of the material on the ground, the plastic. So as long as you don't keep in the sun, it won't scratch the ground or leave any kind of marks or anything. So
and I wanted to clarify something. So when we comment, when it says Sarah Loadrunners, that's me. When it just says Loadrunners, that's Vince.
Okay. What's up, Vinny? How you doing, brother?
Both commenting and you guys are thinking that's me, and I'm like, no, I didn't say that. It was him.
Cameron says, what's your net profit after expenses, Dan?
So after expenses are always high. So right now we're sitting like, if it's 80,000, it's somewhere around the 70-72 range.
Okay, nice. Todd says, no, if we bring it to the dump hole, the landfill charges us $250. Yeah, see, we have no problem bringing it hold at a landfill. You got to check in your area, bro. Usually there's somewhere that you can bring it, no problem, because a couple of the places by us can't, but we got two of them that no problem. You bring it all one piece, because once you start cutting it up, it gets to be a pain in the ass for sure. Load running up with this, no limit. Yo, Vince, what's up, my guy? What's up, Mr. Yee? So, Dan, where can people get in touch with you, and what can we expect on YouTube, man? What do you got coming up, man? Are you going to start banging out some more content over there? I know you said you're doing some rebranding. What can we expect with social media and Dan's Hallway?
Yeah, just keep watching Dan's Holloway. Everything on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You find us at Dan's Holloway. Yeah, just keep an eye out, man. Like, I'm constantly putting out stuff. It's just give me time on YouTube. You can see a lot of stuff on Facebook at the moment.
And also, you guys could check him out. He's going to be over at the Junk Expo October 24th and October 25th. Sonoma Strong, Matt and JoJo Vic are throwing an amazing, amazing event, guys. You guys got to get over to them now and buy your tickets, because, they got to be getting close to the end, because I know everybody I know across the country has been buying them. I even know people on the other side of the world buying them. So, guys, before they're sold out, buy it. Dan is one of the 12 speakers that's going to be there that day. I mean, guys, it's 2 days of just amazing people. You're going to learn so much stuff. What I did last year was I just set my camera up and I just filmed everything. And then I just went home for the next few months and just was like a sponge, just sponging all this content up and everything. So what a learning experience. And just to get to meet your whole Junk Haulers family across the country. We're all coming together for a great weekend. So definitely get in touch with Sonoma Strong. Buy your tickets for sure. And then also, guys, this Friday, we got Forget About It Fridays. Unfiltered is coming back. And we got our man from Autopilot, Andrew Thompson, in the house. He's going to be one of the special guests. And I say one of them because we also have another surprise guest coming on that day, guys. So there's going to be some fireworks. Definitely tune in. Friday, it's going down at 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Do not miss this. Mr. Yee will be in the building, the co-host. He'll be there. So Everybody check that out for sure. And I just want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming on tonight. I love all the questions. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. And I just hit the 500 mark on subscribers. I'm really happy about that. Appreciate all the support from you guys. Sarah, where can everybody get in touch with you? I know you are just getting started on YouTube, and I want to see you and Vinny more on some YouTube videos.
I need to convince him to come more on camera because he's barely just now letting me like get little glimpses of him and adding them to like our Instagram stories and stuff like that. So my issue is I film so much content, but putting it together, I want it to be like cohesive and like go with the flow. But then at the same time, I'm kind of a perfectionist and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to put this out, you know? So eventually we're going to get there. And
Sarah, I want to give you a tip right now.
Yeah.
Thing with YouTube at the beginning, you're not going to get many views, and it's to put in a lot of work. It kind of disappointing. So what I could tell you right now, do not worry about it. Do not be a perfectionist now. Pump out the footage now. As you're going, you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to edit. You're going to learn how to make the videos better. But the only way to do it is just doing it. So the best thing I could tell you right now, do not procrastinate anything. Get off this right now. After this, get Vinny and go make some cool content right then and just put it up tomorrow. And I'm telling you, that will start your journey, and it's the best thing you'll ever do. You guys are made for it. You're going to love it.
That's the best advice that you could give, because that's like with business. Like there's people who will learn and learn and learn, and then they'll never put that learning into action, you know? So I just got to put it into action now.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Dan, thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, also next Tuesday, we have the Junk Family returning. That's the community show. Everybody is invited. Everybody in the chat, make sure to come on. I can have 10 people live at one time. I encourage everybody, let's just come back, kick back, and talk junk with your whole junk family. Guys, thanks again for coming on. Dan, appreciate. Going to see you October 24th and October 25th in person. Sarah, we're going to see you there as well. Can't wait. All right, guys. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a great night, guys.
Bye. Good night.